This is probably one of the biggest reasons why a lot of the brothers and a lot of you people out there will stop on this weight loss journey, is because with the challenge is you look at this journey on a micro level, but you should be looking at a macro level, right? I'm going to explain this, guys, because this is very, very important. I'll just share with the brothers. When you're on this journey, guys, the reality, the journey, 40, 50, 100 kilos, we're talking about a lot of weight. We're talking about not just losing weight, but it's the lifestyle change, right? I think the immediate result is obviously losing the weight, but then the long term is the habits, the routines, the standards, the mindset shift, and the stories that we tell ourselves, because we all operate out of stories. And so one of the biggest things, what I was telling you, I was like, man, why did I lose weight, but then why did I gain it again? I lost 80 kilos naturally. How did I gain the weight again? Right? And what had happened was what happened was, and example of what not to do is we take action on a micro level. Now, what does that mean? Yes, you stick to the meal plans, you log your meals in, you do your 30, 40, 50-minute workouts. You're keeping the dream alive. Every single day you got these battles around the old version of you and the new version of you. You're going back and forth. Can I do this? I can't do this. And you're constantly selling the dream, selling the goal, right? And so that's on a micro level. And so when we're on a micro level, that's the actions that we take. The intermittent fasting, the logging the meals, the workouts, the eating under our calories. That's a thing that we do on a micro level, right? But we can't be looking into our journey on a micro level, right? We've got to be looking at a macro, right? Our perspective has to come back. And the reason why this is important is because, for example, today the brothers, they're weighing, right? And so a lot of the time in the past, the old version, the mistake is, let's say you gain weight, right? Let's say you've been doing really well. You lost, I'll give you guys an example, right? So I lost, 21 kilos in 30 days. And then the week after that, it was Christmas, New Year's, whatever, I'd gained 2 kilos. And then, I gained weight. So I big win, but then I put the 2 kilos on. And then the week after that, I lost, I'd come back down, so I've only 1 kilo. And so what can happen is, when we're on a micro level, and let's say we weigh in and we gain weight, that can ripple, guys. Another example is, you have a bad meal, right? So you have a bad meal, you have a cheat meal, you eat chocolate, and usually what the problem is, that goes from a cheat meal to one day, and that one bad day goes to 1 week, and that one bad week goes to one month, and then it just carries on to 1 year, and then 2 years and 3 years, and by then you're trying to catch up, right? And the mistake was operating perspective wise on a micro level. The reality is, you're gonna fail on a micro level. You will fail, guys. Like, we will fail. We're gonna fail with our meals. We're gonna fail with the workouts. You're gonna gain weight. You're gonna lose weight. It's my journey, bro. It's my life, right? We're speaking about my life, our journey. But if you're looking at your journey on a micro level, that's where people get emotional. Like, oh, I'm fat. I'm never going to do this. I've tried to do this. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. And so then you end up giving up. People give up because they're looking on a micro level. But if you withdraw back and you look at our journey, guys, like, the journey is like this. It's like that, right? You lose weight and you put weight like that. But over time, on a macro, over time, you won. So, for example, for me, I weighed in today and still the same weight from last week. But I was telling the brothers, like, there's been a complete shift with my training, like, just feeling more energized. I'm noticing my energy levels throughout the day is a lot more productive. I'm getting a lot more done. And then at the end of the day, I'm doing another workout. And then by the time I go to bed, I'm wasted. But the old me would, after a workout in the morning, would just be knackered and just barely surviving. Where I feel like now I'm living. I'm an abundance of energy. I'm sleeping better. Not just that, guys. Like, clothes-wise, like, my clothes is getting a lot more bigger. I'm feeling it, right? My mobility is getting better. And so these are the wins, guys. And so if you're focusing on a micro level, just at that cheat meal or that bad meal, or you gain 1 kilo or 5 kilos, That's why you stop and give up. But if you look back at a macro and you look at your journey, you're like, man, I've actually, yes, my weight's still the same, but man, my biceps, my waistline is getting smaller. My wife has mentioned that my base is getting smaller. I'm seeing wins on my clothes. I'm seeing my energy levels are different. My workouts are different. And so that's why it's important to look on a macro and not on a micro level, because the reality is us human beings, bro, we're our worst enemy. What do I mean by that, bro? We're just so good at negativity. Like, we're so good at just putting ourselves down. It's like we want to fail, right? It's like we want to put ourselves down. And so the message I'm sharing with you guys today is, we take action at a micro level, but your perspective, guys, this perspective, which is the view that you have on your journey, needs to be on a macro, because then you're not so attached to the failure. You're like, you know what, 1 + 1 = 2. Like, failure plus success equals growth. Failure plus failure plus failure plus success plus success plus success plus success plus success equals success, right? The success outdoes the failure, guys. And so that's why perspective is important. So look at your journey on a macro level and stop looking at a micro level, guys. Operate and take action at a micro level. Yes, we log the meals, and yes, we stick things about fasting. Yes, we weigh in, right? But when you look at your journey overall, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, you will get relief and you will get a better perspective, and that will allow you to just, like, you know what, get over it, keep going, get over it, keep going. I had one bad meal, but this week was good. Or for example, man, I've lost 21 kilos and I've gained 2 kilos. So in reality, if I just focus on the 2 kilos rather than the 21, you know what I mean? Well, if I look back to it, I'm like, yeah, if I gained 2, that's 19. So I still lost 19 kilos. Everything's perspective, guys. Give me a thumbs up, guys. Again, let me know what you guys want to hear more of. I'm here to share with you my journey, be real and raw with you guys. And much love. Let's go, 120.